think the flow will be much easier, for me at least. Amen. Okay, good. I started my journey as a nutritionist. I moved to the country from New York City, and life was kind of nice. I thought I would be doing web design, so it was great. I worked from home. It was lovely. And then one day I realized that I'm going to have a baby. And then I thought to myself, oh my God, I do not want to be connected to the paradigm of doctors and relationships and all kinds of things that I myself suffered from when I was a child. So, and it did some damage to my body, so I got out of it myself, but realizing that I'm going to have another being coming through me and thinking that subject that person to the Western medicine. Not that it doesn't have the benefits, but there's a lot of damage that the Western medicine brings through its philosophy. So I decided to really get to understand what are the ingredients of health. So I decided to become a nutritionist. And I learned everything I needed to learn from a nutritional school. I realized that very little of it is useful. So I did what I had to do for the degree, and then I started to learn what I really needed to learn and applied immediately on my child. And it was working. So when my child was born, I went to a doctor. I wanted to be at least have a checkup, just a physiological checkup. And the doctor said, okay, you have to vaccinate. And I said, we're going to wait a little bit. I think I need to learn more about this. And we live in the woods, there's no danger. Everything is fine. The baby breastfed. And I got a letter from a doctor saying, no, if you don't vaccinate, you don't come. And I said, okay, well, I'm coming then. And then I really, really, really started to learn. So I learned a lot about nutrition and applied it to my family, and it worked. My daughter is 10, and she's been to the hospital once when she got bit by a dog, but they just washed it and that was it, so. And she's one of the best students in her school, and she's doing well. So I learned about the nutrition as a major part of our health. And then I started practicing it, and I used muscle testing, and not what I learned in school about nutrition, but what I learned from life. And it was all based on whole foods, naturally grown, so processed only to enhance, like fermentation and things like that. And practicing nutrition was great. I had good practice, and muscle testing allowed me to scan the person and know exactly what they're dealing with, and develop great nutritional protocols for people, individual programs. And then chronic cases started to come in, and I said, no, things are not working. People all get better, get worse, get better, get worse. Real healing is happening. So I started looking for other information, and I realized that there's a big emotional component that needs to be addressed. So I learned a technology called psychology kinesiology. And I started applying that to some clients who were open, and definitely to my family, to myself, and amazing stuff started happening. So, and then I was led to Matrix Energetics, which is a consciousness technology where you don't operate within a modality that does a specific set of rules, but just basically goes to the level of fields of information. So you are now not in any specific modality, you're just navigating the consciousness and use what's appropriate from different fields. Okay, so let's say nutrition is a field. Don't we call things fields? Fields of nutrition, medical field, biology would be, field of science, and all these fields. Well, I understood that everything kind of exists in this big informational field, and that translates into the physical form for our practice. So I decided to try it out, and that really resonated with me. So now, also during a similar period of time, I learned about how to use acupuncture without altering, skin. Is just activating the energy points consciously. So doing all these techniques consciously. So instead of going through modality and, doing something, you just go through consciousness, getting the information, and let it descend into the body and do what it's supposed to do. So once somebody created a system like an acupuncture or any other system, healing system, you could just basically go in there and pick what you want or what you need for a specific problem and download that. So Matrix Energetics allowed me to go to the level of consciousness, and I thought I would be doing Matrix Energetics and nutrition, and that just didn't work because I kept getting this piece and that piece, sacred geometry, and all other modalities started to blend. And one day, I was also, some point, a friend of mine who is a psychic, she moved into my house for a couple of months, and we would have very interesting conversations at night. And one night we were sitting, and I said, I think I'm going to have a workshop with not just one person in front of me, but many people, because we're going through consciousness. It doesn't matter how many people in front of you, it's all a field. And I said, how would I call this? Because it's not quite Matrix Energetic, it's not this, it's not that. And we looked at each other. It was probably like 2 o'clock in the morning, and we blurted out exactly the same name, MultiDimensional Transformation. So that's stuck. So now I call this multidimensional transformation, and things just keep coming. Every workshop I attend, I pick up a piece of information that integrates into the system, and it is what it is. It's consciousness technology. It's not a modality, and I can go into any modality that is appropriate for this moment and use it. So I don't have this I'm blessed with in Star Trek, there is a at the beginning of Star Trek, there's this saying, well, we would like to go where nobody ever, what was that?
No man has gone.
Yeah, I think that was
It
just...
started out no man, but then they changed it to no one for...
No one, yeah, so you go where no one has been before. I think that's my interest, So I don't have a lot of fear of going there, so I started going deeper and deeper, and I continue to. And I started working with groups of people, and it does not really matter whether it's one person or many people in front of you. It's, you just unite into one mind, you create that field, and it has its own consciousness. So once you work with consciousness, it just basically has its own intelligence. So things, you don't have to be very specific. You just open the door, and information there is available, and it goes where it needs to go. And there's a lot of aspects to that. When you go to consciousness level, things change just by observing it. So you just bring attention. As you were saying, energy goes where awareness goes. It's basically consciousness, and just by going somewhere, opening that door, whether it's an emotional paradigm, whether it's physical level or energy flow, you are led to where the blockages are, or what things are ready to be shifted. So you can just trust the process, but from when you operate from the level of consciousness, then you can jump from one place to another. You don't have to stay in one modality. And that's what I do now. So I am a certified clinical nutritionist, so I have a practice with, so I have just clients who are strictly nutritional, and or people are not open to anything else, but still there is a lot of work could be done on the strictly nutritional level. And then people who are open to everything, I usually integrate in a session, whatever information once it comes through, that's what comes through. Sometimes there's no nutrition in my sessions. Yeah, that's probably what I wanted to say about the modality itself. And then I don't know if that would be appropriate or not. I can show it, so maybe like do a little group session if that's appropriate. But I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, well, let's take a few minutes, like 15